Hi, I'm Jameson Parker.
And I'm Darlene Parker. Welcome to A Dog's Life.
Today we're going to take a look at the most popular European hunting dog in America.
The German Shorthaired Pointer is versatile, intelligent, friendly, and easily trained. He's absolutely beautiful. He has a low-maintenance coat and terrific bird sense.
And if I could just get you to talk that way about me, I'd be a happy man.
Well, if you had good bird sense, I would.
Stay tuned.
Virtually all of the European versatile hunting dogs, with the possible exception of the Weimaraner, owe a debt of gratitude to Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, the authors of the Communist Manifesto. In 1848, the same year that Marx and Engels published their epoch-making vision of class struggle, the French middle class led a revolution against a reactionary aristocratic government and its greedy monarch. From France, the revolution spread quickly and spontaneously to virtually every other Central European country. The Revolution of 1848 was prompted by, among other issues, crop failure, population growth, and social changes brought on by industrial expansion. But it's important to hunters because it marked the first time that the common man in Europe gained the right to hunt. Prior to 1848, hunting was the exclusive domain of royalty and aristocracy. In fact, even as recently as the late 1600s, the death penalty existed in some countries for any non-noble who even owned a hunting dog. The Revolution of 1848 was essentially a failure, but one of the rights that was won and retained by the middle class was the right to hunt. What the middle-class hunter needed to exercise his new right was a hunting dog. Unable to afford to keep many different dogs for many different kinds of hunting the way the aristocracy did, newly emancipated hunters all over Europe began breeding for a single dog that could handle the variety of tasks and game that might be encountered in a typical day's outing. Literally all European versatile hunting dogs owe their existence to the class struggles of 1848, and the first breed to be developed was the German Shorthaired Pointer.
Actually, something very similar to the Shorthair had been around Germany for several hundred years in the form of a dog known as the Deutscher Hühnerhund, or partridge dog. But when the first serious attempts were made to create a versatile hunting dog, different factions arose with different views on how to achieve the goal. Because of feuding between the factions and because of time and 2 world wars, no one knows exactly what went into the making of the breed, but the old Spanish pointer, the English pointer, and different scent hounds, most likely the French Braque, all went into the mix. And the mix was wonderful. In fact, it was so good that the Shorthair was used to create another very fine versatile hunting dog, the Wirehair. What the Germans wanted was a dog that could handle the varieties of game and hunting situations that might arise on a typical hunt in Germany. They wanted an ideal foot hunting dog, a dog that would point, retrieve from land and water, track wounded game, hunt rabbits and hares as well as birds, even kill predators such as foxes and feral cats. They achieved what they set out to create. In 1925, the first German Shorthairs were imported to this country by a physician in Montana by the name of Thornton. And in 1930, it was recognized by the AKC. Since then, the Shorthair has gone on to become the most popular European versatile dog in America. And for good reason.
The breed standard, as described in the Encyclopedia of North American Sporting Dogs, calls for a medium to large dog, anywhere from 23 to 25 inches and 55 to 70 pounds for males, 21 to 23 inches and 45 to 60 pounds for females. Of moderate bone and muscle, they tend to be a little stockier than a pointer of the same height, but a little more lithe than, say, a German Wirehair. The coat is short and thick, and the accepted colors are liver or any combination of liver and white, which brings us to a fork in the road. In Germany, and in many other countries, black and black and white are permissible short-hair colors. Here in America, while black is forbidden for showing by the AKC and by the German Shorthair Pointer Club of America, it is permissible under the auspices of the North American Deutsche Kurzhaar Club. Deutsche Kurzhaar is German for German Shorthair, and the club is simply a group of breeders who have decided to align themselves with the more stringent testing and breeding programs found in Germany, much as there are both Deutsche Drahthaars and German Wirehairs in America. Essentially, Shorthairs and Kurzhaars are the same dog. However, there is a difference in types of German Shorthairs. The more old-fashioned German-style dog tends to be a little larger and slower going than the Americanized field trial version. There is no right or wrong here. It's simply a question of how you like to hunt and what you want in a hunting dog. I've hunted over hard-running, wide-ranging short hairs, and I've hunted over ones that rarely broke out of a trot and worked close. They were all excellent, very thorough hunters, and very good retrievers. Time now for this week's Ask the Vet segment, brought to you by the Doctors Foster and Smith, America's foremost suppliers of pet care products. Let's join Darlene and Dr. Marty Smith as he answers your dog care questions.
Hi, we're back with Dr. Marty Smith of Doctors Foster and Smith catalog, and we've got Marshall helping us out again. Marty, Steve Quinlan of Long Beach, California asks us, my buddy says if I neuter my dog, it'll ruin him as a hunter. Is that true?
I would disagree with that totally, and not because I'm a veterinarian, but every dog trainer I've ever worked with has always told me that they don't think it affects them at all. And the big things are you eliminate so many problems by neutering or spaying. Male dogs like this guy, a lot of diseases occur later in life, prostate disease, tumors and growth around the back end of the dog. And when you go to the farmer's house, if the farmer's dog's in heat, you've kind of lost your hunting buddy for the day. For the females, most common tumor in dogs is breast cancer. Have a lot of disease of the uterus, pyometra, things like that, ovarian tumors. All these problems are eliminated by spaying and neutering, and we've taken on no liability. Occasionally a female will have some problems after spaying, but that's really rare and easily handled. But I would recommend strong, if you're not going to breed the dog, and I would, unless you're a professional breeder, I would recommend against breeding. Leave that to the people that really know what they're doing.
Yes, I agree.
But spay or neuter them, usually before a year of age,
and you're in good shape.
You've got a better hunting partner for the rest of your life.
So you're not destroying their hunting ability in any way, you're just increasing their health and longevity.
Absolutely. The dog will probably live longer, a healthier life, you'll have fewer problems, and it won't be taking off when there's another female in heat or anything like that. It'll be a good hunting partner for the rest of your life.
Well, Steve, I guess you can tell your buddy he's wrong. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Marshall.
You're welcome, darling.
Today's episode of A Dog's Life is brought to you in part by Doctors Foster and Smith, the only pet products company owned and operated by practicing veterinarians.
Now it's time for this week's training class, brought to you by the Pointing Dog Journal and the Retriever Journal. So let's join editor Steve Smith as he shares some helpful tips for you and your dog.
One precept of dog training is never give a command that you can't enforce. That's a little tough when the dog's a couple of 100 yards away and interested in something else. That's why the modern electronic collar has been such a boon to dog training. Long, long gone are the days of the old shock collar. Today's electronic trainer uses vibration modes, tones, mild electronic stimulation to get the dog's attention. In an emergency, a training device like this can stop a dog if it's headed for a road, if it's headed for danger, a snake, a skunk, or something like that. Most of all, the electronic collar is nothing but a long-distance tap on the shoulder that says, hey, remember me? I'm the guy that feeds you. We're in this together. Even remote trainer the remote trainer terminology is actually what these things really are, because you don't train with electronic collar, you train the old-fashioned way. This is just a reinforcement of training. When I get the electronic collars out with my dogs, they jump around, they really enjoy themselves because they know they're going to go train, they're going to have fun. So far from being a tool of punishment, the modern electronic collar is nothing but a 200-yard check cord that's made training easier and made it easier to stay in contact with your dog over long distances and across the years. Let's go, Liberty.
People tend to think of the high desert of California as a barren landscape of sage and mesquite and Joshua trees. But it's more than just that. At the extreme western end of the Mojave Desert, where the desert meets the coastal range, the land becomes a patchwork of sage and bunch grass and open meadows dotted with ancient oaks and pines. This beautiful landscape is home to the High Desert Hunt Club, a wing-shooting paradise that manages its land for the native valley quail, as well as bobwhite and chukar. This would be a beautiful hunting spot anywhere, but when you consider that it actually lies within Los Angeles County, barely an hour's drive from the second most densely populated city in America, it seems like a miracle. What was almost as miraculous was to watch the dogs working the sage and rocky hillsides.
Look at that, she looks like she's carved out of stone. Oh,
Beautiful.
that's beautiful.
They're off. Whoa! Brooksy.
So in 11 years, you've gone from getting your first ever Shorthair to winning the national. Did you know that that was what you wanted, the Shorthair,
Yes,
or was it just a random choice?
My father likes the short hair. They're easy, you know. They're a beautiful dog. They have lots of endurance.
They are gorgeous. I do love my poodle pointer. The poodle pointer coat is not the practical coat for this neck of the woods.
Yeah.
It really is not.
The short, dense coat of the German Shorthair is a distinct advantage in the frequently dense and nasty cover you can hunt in California.
The nationals are done on horseback, but here at High Desert, this is all foot hunting.
Correct.
These dogs adapt.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tend to range out really as far and hard as they would have back in Kansas.
Oh, no way. They know the difference.
Okay, I was going to ask, is that because they know the difference, or is that because you just check them in? You bring them back in?
No, they know the difference off of handling them on foot and then going to horseback. They know.
And do you see a difference also in terms of the vegetation? I mean, if you're working in really heavy stuff, will they bring themselves back in automatically even more? Cool. Who are we going to be hunting over today?
Brooksy.
Brooksy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how old is Brooksy?
Brooksy's 8 years old.
Which one is Brooksy here?
She's in the front seat.
Oh, she's the one with the driver's license,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So you got two drivers in here.
Uh-huh.
Which one is Brooksy?
That's Miss Brooksy, and that's Pitty over there.
Pitty?
Yes, he's the one, he was our first dog. He's the one who started it all.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is Pitty?
Pretty boy's 11 years old this year.
Oh.
He's the one who sired the two dogs that won the national.
Hi there. Hi, my guys. Hello there.
You ready to hunt up a few birds?
Oh, I think I can bring myself to do that. Let's get
Brooks.
ready. Let's get going.
Okay.
You know, it's a long way from just deciding to get a hunting dog to winning the national in 11 years. What happened? You all got crazy, huh?
Yeah.
So I mean, really, it was a very short step from getting a hunting dog to really going into a full-time breeding and competitive program.
Right.
We've got a point.
You believe it.
The Shorthairs that I have known were quiet, loving household companions. But when you walk out into the field with a shotgun, they become all business.
We got Daryl backing you up, Jameson. Just
Okay.
in case.
I could use it.
Well,
Oh.
whoa. Whoa. Brooksy, fetch. Here, girl. Fetch it here. Here, Brooke. Good girl. Drop it. Here. Good.
Good girl.
Jameson, you covered yourself well, but what happened to that first shot there?
I don't want to talk about it. Don't mention it. Good girl.
All right, Brooksy, find a bird.
Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I think the chucker may have been crossbred with a burrowing owl here. Or, you know, because of the wind, it may be much further up than we think. Oh, and it is.
Brooksy.
Good shot. Good shot. Girl.
Drop it. Good girl.
Yeah, I think Daryl and I both.
Smoked it.
Yeah.
Fell at that
Daryl, I'll
sucker.
let you take that bird home with you. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel like a pack horse here. All right, let's try. This time I'll try and at least get my gun up to my shoulder before Daryl beats me to the punch. Whoop.
Whoa. Brooksy. Got a girl.
You're
Fetch
quick,
it here.
Daryl. Yeah,
Here.
Daryl, does the word backup mean anything to you?
Good girl.
Yeah. Beating me to the punch consistently here. Good. All right, all right.
Well, you ready to put your gun up?
No, I'm not ready to put my gun up. Let's go hunt.
The color of the Shorthair can range from primarily white with relatively little liver to completely liver-colored. The whiter they are, the easier it is to find them in dense cover. However, some breeders feel that the dogs with greater amounts of dark pigmentation are a little more businesslike in the field.
He's a handsome dog.
He's the one who started it all.
He's a very good-looking boy.
Yeah, Jameson, this is the basis of the whole line here.
He's how old now?
He's 11.
All right, if he's 11 and you're still hunting him and he looks that good, how long can they hunt?
Well, you can hunt him for quite a while. All our dogs are conditioned. So I rode him off a quad for about an hour. Well, 45 minutes, and I stopped in between to water him.
Look at him, he's just perfection.
He ages gracefully, that's for sure.
No kidding. That's the point.
Oh, pretty.
Thank you, Daryl. I got a shot in. Yay!
Fetch it here. Here. Here, Pitty. Here.
Now, you know you wouldn't have tolerated that from a younger dog, would you?
No way.
No.
Just the veterans.
Yeah, the old favorites.
The old faithful here.
Yeah, well, you know, they get to a certain age, and I can see why you guys won the National. I mean, your dogs are just fabulous. They really are. I mean that. They're a joy to watch, a joy to hunt over, and very biddable. As I say, they're not at all what I expected. It was just a pleasure, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I had a wonderful time.
So did I.
Is the German Shorthair the dog for you? Well, if you want a pointing dog with a natural aptitude for retrieving, one that could also do double duty as a duck hunter before the weather gets too frigid, then it's hard to fault these versatile, talented, hard-working dogs. However, if you want the classic aristocratic beauty of a setter or the electric intensity of a pointer, then you may not be satisfied with a Shorthair. However, I would remind you that there's a very good reason why this is the most popular European versatile dog in America today.
Today's Orvis quote of the week is from the author Sparse Gray Hackle, writing about his German Shorthaired Pointer. Boy has a nose like the muzzle of a double-barreled shotgun, and he can rest his chin on the table and pull a slice of bread toward him from a foot away, 2 inches at a sniff, and he can strike with the speed of a rattlesnake.